All a tuba is a tube. It's a Latin word for tube. And if you notice, if I do this, listen. So a tube can vibrate at different frequencies depending on how much air is driven past it. And that is essentially what a brass instrument is. The other part of the brass instrument doesn't even have to be brass. They used to be made of wood. There are still wood mouthpieces made, or bone or ivory. But it changes the vibration in the lips, which is into, through the funnel, the mouthpiece. It changes a pneumatic-driven lip into a sound wave. And then the sound wave propels itself through the pipe at the speed of sound, which, John, you correct me, it's about 700 miles an hour? Close enough. Huh? Close enough for jazz. And since it's an open pipe, the sound actually gets to the end, to the bell, and then goes back. So you actually get the fundamental sound of twice the length of the tube because it's an open tube. So what we've done is we've created a brass instrument. Buzz your mouthpiece for them without the tube. Okay. Not bad for a kid who doesn't practice. All right. He and I know just how funny that is. Then the mouthpiece goes into a tube and bust some notes. Notice how directional it is. Unless it's pointing right at you, play some more. You really can't hear it. All right? So that brings in the third part of a brass instrument. We have the mouthpiece, we have the tube, and we have a funnel at the other end, which gives it a little more radiance. Try it, please. All right, and thank you. Don't leave, you're going to play some more. So that's how long a trumpet is. These guys have bigger funnels because they are playing, in effect, the length of a trombone, about 8 feet. Could you guys play some sounds? Actually, we need some help. Could you hold this? One more. Yeah, can you hold that? Point to the people. You won't get hurt, I promise. Okay. Play some notes, folks. Does it tingle? You can feel it vibrate, can't you? Yeah, play loudly. This guy has an extra that he'd like to play for you. This is Wagner's Valkyrie, more or less. Thank you for helping. And now the piece de resistance. Everyone wants to know how long a tuba is. I don't want to know. I need someone to grab the end of this and walk away. That's okay. We can just stick it on there. All right. So this is how long the tuba is. If you extend it, it's about 16 feet, which almost comes in out the door, which is probably what you do. All right. Phil, give it a shot. Is the width of the
Yes, yeah, the width, the bigger, as you can see, tubas tend to get bigger. It's a conical instrument. It starts at a certain dimension, just keeps getting bigger. Joe has what's called a double seed tuba,
The double C refers to its position on the grand staff. The euphoniums, which is what Jackie and Mike are playing, is actually a tuba, a single B-flat tuba. If Joe were playing a B-flat, which is what most of you who play in school bands, you play the B-flat tuba, it's called the double B-flat tuba. Refers to the length. And then there are what's called 3/4 tubas, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, where the bells get really huge and the pipe gets bigger and rounder. Doesn't affect the pitch, it affects the sonority and how loudly. I have what's called a 6/4 tuba that I play with orchestras. I was just playing last night actually with Utica Symphony, and when I play that big one, the people around me go, I can feel the floor vibrate, the chair, my chest, my shoes. And it's not loud, it's just the vibration is so pervasive that it's a really, really neat effect. And that's again what the tubas do. Now you should know, we do an Tuba Fest, by the way. You should come next year Halloween at the campus. We're all in costume and we do a lot of fun music. And someone came up and said, you know, I wish you'd told us what the difference is among the different, what we call tubas. This is a tuba. A tuba has the upright bell. Back when recordings were done with just one microphone, the bells were turned and pointed outward to hit the microphone because it was a single microphone for the recording session. Brass instruments are directional, as you heard with the funnel. So when the tuba sound goes up, it has to hit something and come back. When the bell is pointing straight out, it gets heard immediately, and it has a much more impressive performance level. So the recording tubas look like tubas, but the bells point straight out. Then the other instrument you're probably familiar with is when you see the marching band, and that's the sousaphone. Same length as the tuba, but wrapped around the player, and that's with the huge bell that points out, like the recording tuba, at the audience, developed by John Philip Sousa, which was as a matter of fact, this town was, what was the name of the band based in Ithaca? Eric, huh? Yeah, the Conway Band, which was a counterpart to the Sousa Band, very famous. Ithaca Conservatory began as, you know, the housing for that. But there were no amplifications electronically then, and the sousaphones projected their sound out over the audience, and that was the derivation of the sousaphone. So you have the sousaphone, the recording tuba, the double tuba. What I'm playing today is actually an F tuba. It's a little shorter, allows me to play more lightly and if I'm lucky, more high notes. And then these are the euphoniums, which are single tubas, and the trumpet is still a tuba. It's just a short tuba. Okay.